Hi everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are going to make this fabulous sugar skull. This one is going to fit a large adult size head. It is a tad big for me, so I would prefer to wear a teen adult size. But I will put the links in the description of this video where you can get the pattern, different sizes, and you can get my my blog for this specific project. And yeah, check out all the links in the description because I'll have my blog, my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram, all those places where you can find me, contact me, follow me, and we can crochet together. So it's so much fun. And today for this sugar skull though, we're gonna need quite a few supplies. As you can see, it's a very bright project, very colorful, many different colors. So the first thing though you'll need is a crochet hook. And for the crochet hook size, we need an H size hook, which is 5 millimeters, so make sure you have that. A large eye needle to sew in your ends and sew on these embellishments, and a scissors to obviously cut the strands, cut the yarn and everything. And for the yarn, I'm using Red Heart yarn, Red Heart Super Saver. You can see the label here on one of them. Red Heart Super Saver, worsted weight, size 4 medium, which is 10 ply. So if you cannot get Red Heart yarn, make sure that you can find a 10 ply yarn. It's just worsted weight Aran yarn. The colors I'm using today are white, obviously for our main color, black, just a little bit of black for around the eyes, around the edge of the hat, and embroidering the mouth. Then this is shocking pink for around the eyes and this flower here. Then we have shocking or bright orange, which is just a scrap piece in the middle of this flower. And then turquoise is these three here. And did I say spring green already? No. Spring green is just these little, so these colors are just scraps basically, but and black as well. But white is our main color, so you will need like a full skein of that. You will probably use half a skein of that. So, and then I got these gems from the craft store. I just got this sheet of adhesive gems. And it's by Michael Stores. You can get these probably something similar at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or something. So if you can find adhesive gems, they have adhesive on the back and they stick really, really well. Otherwise, if you want to reinforce them, you can use tacky glue or a fabric glue to reinforce them on your hat, but they should stay. They're very, very sticky. So I think that's all we have for our supplies, so let's just get started in making this sugar skull. Alright, to start out we have to make a slip knot, so put the short end over the long end, fold that down and pull that through. And pull tight, and there's your slip knot. Now you can insert your hook and pull that tight, and we're ready to go. So to start off, we're going to make the hat part, so the skull of the hat. So yarn over, pull through, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now in the third chain from the hook, we are going to put 9 double crochets. So the loop that's on your hook never counts as anything. So we count 1, 2, and 3. And then to make a double crochet, we have to yarn over, go into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops that are on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops that are on your hook. Okay, that's a double crochet. Now we have to make 8 more for a total of 9. So we're going to put them all in that same chain space. So yarn over, go into that chain space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, yarn over, go back into that chain space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you can see I'm working in a circular form because this is at the top of the hat, so we're working in rounds. So you can see that here. Now if you need to count back 9, do that, and then slip stitch by inserting your hook into the first double crochet of this round. Do not slip stitch to that chain up 2 here. So there's chain 1, chain 2. We're going to slip stitch in the first double crochet of this round because that chain up 2 never counts as anything. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through for a slip stitch. So we just finished round 1. Okay, should have 9 double crochets. Going on to round 2, we're going to chain up 2, so yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2. And now we're going to put 2 double crochets into each stitch around, including the stitch that we just chained up 2 in. And we just attached to this stitch right here. We are going to yarn over, go into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then yarn over again and go into the same stitch for another double crochet. Okay, so we have 2 double crochet in that first stitch. This chain up 2, like I said earlier, does not count as anything. That's just our seam, and it will be hidden. So in the next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. And we're just going to put 2 double crochets into each stitch all the way around, just like this. So again, a double crochet, going into the next stitch, a double crochet is yarning over, going into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And then again, in the same stitch, we're putting a second double crochet. Okay, so at the end of this round, you should have 18 double crochets. So I'll just meet you up when I have my 18 and we'll go on to round 3 together. Alright, so I just finished round 2 and we're going to slip stitch to the first double crochet of this round. So if you're going to count up your chain 2 and then go into the very next stitch there for our first double crochet of that round, and you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and that's a slip stitch. Okay, going on to round 3, we are going to chain up 2, so yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2. And now in the first stitch we are going to put 2 double crochets in this first stitch here, and then in the next stitch we're just going to put 1 double crochet, and then we're going to repeat that around. So yarn over, go into this first stitch here for 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And then just put 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, then put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then put 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, I'll show you again. Put 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Okay, 2 in the same stitch, and then 1 in the next stitch. Okay, at the end of this round you should have 27 double crochets, so I'll just meet you up when I have done that and we'll go on to round 4 together. Alright, so I just finished round 3, so like we did for round 2, we're just going to slip stitch to the first double crochet of this round. If you have to count up your chain 2 and then go to the next stitch, that is where we want to slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay. So now we're going to go on to round 4, so chain up 2, 1 and 2, and now we're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch and 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then repeat that all the way around. So yarn over, go into this first stitch here for 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2, and then we're going to put 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so you can see we put 2 double crochets in the first stitch, 1 in the next, and 1 in the next. And now we're going to repeat that. So put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, just like that, and then 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, like that. And then repeat, so 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so just repeat that all the way around. At the end of this round, you should have 36 double crochets. So I'll just continue that and we'll go on to round 5 together. Alright, so I just finished round 4 and I have 36 double crochets around. So now we're going to slip stitch to the first double crochet of this round just by inserting your hook, yarning over, pulling through and through. Okay, now to go on to round 5, we are going to chain up 2, 1 and 2. And now we're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch and then 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Those are increasing. So put yarn over, go in this first stitch here for 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And then we're just going to put the 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So you can see that first stitch has 2, next stitch 1, 1, and 1. Then repeat that, so I'll put 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Okay, again, I'll show you one more time. Put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, just like that, and then 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. At the end of this round, you'll have 45 double crochets, so I'll meet you up when I finish round 5, and we'll go on to round 6 together. Alright, I just finished round 5, so I have 45 double crochets, and now we're going to slip stitch to the beginning double crochet of this round. Remember, always, do not slip stitch to this chain up 2. Slip stitch to the beginning stitch, so this double crochet here. Okay, because the chain up 2 does not count as anything. Alright, so going on to round 6, we have to increase again, since this is, I want this to fit me, so an adult size head. So we have to increase again by chaining up 2, 1 and 2. And now we're going to put 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches this time. So you can kind of see the pattern of the increasing each round. So yarn over, go into this first stitch here for 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And then we're just going to put 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches this time. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're just going to repeat that sequence. So just put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, in the same stitch together, just like that. And then put 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. Okay, just like that. And again, I'll show you one more time. So we'll put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just continue that pattern all the way around. At the end of this round, you'll have 54 double crochets. So I'll meet you up when I finish round 6, and we will go on to round 7 together. Alright, so I just finished round 6 here. So now going on to round 7, just slip stitch to the beginning like we have been doing, the beginning double crochet here. And now, even though we still have to continue increasing, but round 7 is a little tricky because we're actually not going to increase on that round. So we're just going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So chain up 2, 1 and 2, and just put 1 double crochet in each stitch around. We kind of just want to make sure that we're getting that bowl shape of a hat. So just put 1 double crochet in that first stitch and 1 in each of the rest of the stitches around for round 7. So we're just doing 1 stitch in each stitch around, and then you'll have the same 54 double crochets all the way around. But then on round 8 we'll be increasing, and on round 9 we'll be increasing, but it's not going to be the same amount as we've been doing. Like, we've been increasing 9 times every round, but the next 2 rounds are going to be increasing only 6 times each round, and I'll explain that once we get there. So just do 1 double crochet in each stitch around on this round, round 7, and then I'll meet you up when we go on to round 8 together for an increase. Alright, so I just finished round 7 and we have 54 double crochets still. So now going on to round 8, we have to increase. So it's slip stitch to the beginning like we have been doing, just like that. Now chain up 2, 1 and 2. And now we're going to put 2 double crochet in the first stitch and then 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. Okay, and we're going to repeat that around. So yarn over, go into this first stitch here for 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And now we're just going to put 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now repeat that. So in the next stitch we're going to put 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2, and then 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And oops, not 8. There we go. 8. So then repeat that all the way around. So 2 and with the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. And at the end of this round then you will have 60 double crochets. So I'll meet you up then. We'll go on to round 9 together, and round 9 is another increase round. Alright, at the end of round 8 you should have 60 double crochets. So now we're going to slip stitch to the beginning double crochet of this round and go on to round 9. And round 9 is also an increase, so chain up 2, 1 and 2. And now round 9, let's see here, we have to put 2 double crochet in the first stitch and then 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches. Okay, for a total of 66 double crochets. So put 2 double crochets in this first stitch. Okay, so 2 in there. And then 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, and then repeat that. So go into the next stitch with 2 double crochets into this next stitch right here, just like that, and then put 1 double crochet in each of the next 9 stitches. Okay, I'm not going to make you watch me do all 9, so just continue that pattern all the way around, 2 in the next, and then 1 in the next 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I will meet you up then when I have 66 stitches, and we will go on to round, let's see, 10 together. Alright, so at the end of round 9 you should have 66 double crochets, which I do, so now I'm going to do a repeat now. So round 10 through 15 is what we are going to do next. So slip stitch to the beginning, double crochet. This is also a repeat, so pay attention. We're going to do a slip stitch there, and then we're going to chain up 2, 1 and 2. Now rounds 10 through 15 is just 1 double crochet in each stitch around. That's it. And then slip stitch to the beginning, double crochet, chain up 2, and continue working 1 double crochet in each stitch around. And you should have a total of 66 double crochets on each of those rounds, rounds 10 through 15. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And once I finish round 15, then I'll meet you up and we will go on to round 16 together, which is making the eye holes. Okay, so I just finished round 15, so we're just going to slip stitch here. And now round 16 is where we are going to make our eye holes. So chain up 2, 1 and 2. And now we are going to put 1 double crochet in the first 24 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won't make you watch all 24, so just put 1 double crochet in the first 24 stitches, and then I'll meet you up when we go on to the next step of round 16. Alright, once you've put your 24 double crochet in this beginning part here, now we are going to chain 6, so yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and now we are going to skip 6 stitches, and then we are going to double crochet into that 7th stitch. Okay, so we chained 6, skip 6 stitches, and double crochet in the next stitch, and then double crochet in the next 5 stitches even after that. So you should have a total of 6 double crochets in this middle part here, which is going to be where we're covering our nose. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are going to chain 6 again for the other eye. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we are going to skip 6 stitches and then double crochet in that 7th stitch, and then just double crochet to the end of the round, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round, let's see here, 17 together. Alright, so I just finished round 16. I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning here, to that first double crochet of that round. So now you should, if you need to count back, you should have 24 double crochets in the beginning, then a chain 6 space, then 6 double crochets, then a chain 6 space, and then 24 double crochets at the end. So let's see, that's 54 double crochets and 2 chain 6 spaces on this row. So now we're going to go on to round 17, so chain up 2, 1 and 2, and now we're just going to put 1 double crochet into each stitch around, and once I get to the eye hole, I'll show you how to double crochet in those, because we're actually not going to be double crocheting into the eye hole, we're going to double crochet into the chains. So if you want to do that, go ahead, otherwise I'll show you how to do that once I get to the first eye hole. Alright, so I'm at my first eye hole here, so we're just going to work into the chain, so you can see your chain looks like this. So go underneath this stitch and this, or this loop and this loop, and then you'll have 1 loop on the bottom there, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, just like double crochet. So yarn over, go into the next chain. Okay, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. The reason we're crocheting into the chain is because we need to crochet around this later on with black, and so we have to have loops available to crochet into. So that's why I'm leaving some loops, the loops on the back of these chains free, so I can single crochet in those later with the black. So once you get to your last one here, then you can just continue working a regular double crochet in the next 6 stitches. And then we come to the next eye, and we are going to put the double crochets into the chains, the chain stitches here, just like that. Okay, so just crochet all the way around this round, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 18 together. Alright, so I just finished round 17, so you can see here that it looks like this so far. Looks kind of funny, but these are our eye holes. Okay, so don't worry about them like being too small. They're really stretchy, and we're going to crochet black around them so they'll, you know, stretch out a little bit more. So now, let's see here. We need to double crochet around for rounds 18 and 19 are the same. So chain up 2, 1 and 2, and then just put 1 double crochet in each stitch around for rounds 18 and 19. So I'm just going to do that, basically repeating rounds 10 through 15. So we're going to just do rounds 18 and 19, 1 double crochet in each stitch around, and then I'll meet you up and we will go on to round 20 together. Alright, so I just finished round 19, and I know I said I'll meet you up for round 20, but actually we're going to start working in rows now. So we're going to fasten off at this point. So to fasten off, I usually just chain 1. Well, we slip stitch to the first double crochet there, and then I chained up 1, and then I cut my yarn, and then I pull it all the way through and pull tight. That is how I fasten off, and then I just sew in my end. But now this is what it looks like so far. I mean, you could have it be just like that, and that's totally fine. But we're making a sugar skull design here. So what we want to do now, you have the 6 stitches here and these 2 in the middle here. So if you want to go down to, like down to the middle where you see, or if you want to just like eyeball it, I guess, right down to the 2 middle stitches here, and that is your center. Okay, so we need to count to have 32 stitches evenly across here. And what I usually do is count from the middle out and do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. And we're going to mark our stitch on this side and our stitch on this side. And then we're going to start making our skull, and it's going to come in like this. So get a stitch marker or a different colored piece of yarn. Okay, and count here to, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, and 2. And then you want to mark these 2 stitches. Okay? And if you have a stitch marker, great. If not, just use a different color piece of yarn, just like that. Okay, so now we are going to work in rows. So this is called row 20. So you can turn your hat back upside down and insert your hook into this first one here. You can remove that stitch marker. And attach your yarn. What I usually do is just fold it in half just like this and loop it around my hook and then pull that all the way through. And then we want to chain up 1 to attach, and we are ready to work on row 20. Alright, so we chained up 1, but we have to also chain up another 1 because we are going to be double crocheting across. So we chain 1 and then we chain another 1. So basically chain 2, and we are attached. And now we're going to work over the top of our straggler here, and we just need to double crochet until we hit our next marker. And we want to put 1 double crochet into this stitch that we did just attach to. So yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now we are ready to go, and you can see I'm crocheting over my straggler here, and we are just going to put 1 double crochet all the way until we hit our next marker. So in these next 32 stitches, and then once I get to that point, I will show you how to go on to row 21. Alright, so now I'm getting up to my stitch marker here, and you want to crochet into the stitch where your stitch marker is, and you can remove your stitch marker there. So now you should have 32 stitches across here. Okay, so now going on to row 21, this is where we're going to decrease and make our skull kind of come down and close like this around our chin. So chain up 1 and turn your work. So now we're looking at the inside of the hat. And now we have to do 2 single crochet decreases. So a single crochet decrease is going over this first stitch here, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch directly, yarn over, pull that through. So you have 3 loops on your hook, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. So that's 1 single crochet decrease, but we have to do 2 of them. So now on these next 2 we're going to do it again. So insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull that through, then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Okay, so we just did 2 single crochet decreases in a row. Now we just have to put 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, just a regular single crochet. So 1, and a single crochet is just inserting your hook, yarning over, pulling through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we did 2 decreases and then 2 regular single crochets. And now we need to double crochet into the next stitches until we have 6 stitches left. Okay, it should be 20 double crochets in a row. But just to make sure, that you double crochet until you have 6 stitches left, and then we are basically going to mirror what we just did. So put 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then do 2 single crochet decreases. So I'll show you how to do that once I get to that point. Alright, so I just made it to this end point here. I have 6 stitches left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to single crochet into these first 2 here, 1 and 2. Okay, so just put single crochet in those 2, and then decrease single crochet over the next 4 stitches here. So what we'll do is do a single crochet decrease on these 2. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull that through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And we'll do it one more time. On these last 2 stitches, do a single crochet decrease. Alright, now we are going on to row, 22, and we are going to repeat the last row. So chain up 1, turn your work. Now we're looking at the outside of this hat here, and we're going to put a decrease over these, we're going to do 2 decreases in a row, basically, 2 single crochet decreases. So insert your hook in the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull that through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Do it again, so go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now we're just going to put a regular single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Oh, you know what? The pattern is actually saying single crochet all the way across. I'm sorry. So we're not actually working with double crochets anymore. We're going to single crochet until there are 4 stitches left. Sorry about that. It was a little bit of a mistake. So we're going to single crochet all the way across. And this is row 22. So we're just going to single crochet all the way across until we hit the last 4 stitches, and then we're going to put 2 single crochet decreases over those last 4 stitches. And I'm almost there, so I'll just show you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to decrease single crochet. So go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And again, next stitch, yarn over, pull through, next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so rows 23, we are going to chain up 1, turn our work, and we're going to do the same thing. So single crochet decrease over the first 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Okay, and then just single crochet till you have 4 stitches left, and then single crochet decrease on those last 4 stitches. So it'll be 2 single crochet decreases in a row. And I'm almost there, so we can do that together here. So single crochet decrease and single crochet decrease. Chain up 1, turn our work. Row 24 is the same. Decrease over the first 2 stitches and decrease on those next 2 stitches. Then single crochet across. And then on those last 4 stitches we'll be doing our 2 single crochet decreases. Right there. So decrease, and last 2 stitches decrease. Chain up 1, turn your work. Row 25 is the same. We're just going to be decreasing over these first 2 stitches and these next 2 stitches, and then single crocheting until we have 4 stitches left. And then we're going to decrease over these last 4 stitches. 2 single crochet decreases in a row. Chain up 1, turn your work, so we're looking at the outside of the hat, and row 26 is the same. Decrease, decrease, then single crochet until there's 4 stitches left, and then decrease over those 4. Chain up 1, and then row 27 we're just going to single crochet across. No decreases, just a regular single crochet in each stitch, just like this. Okay, you won't have many stitches, so there you go. Now to fasten off we have to chain up 1, cut our yarn, and then pull that all the way through and pull tight. So this is what our hat looks like. It definitely looks like a skull so far, and we haven't even accessorized yet. So now get your black out, and we are going to outline this whole outer edge on the bottom of our hat, and we are going to outline the eyes. So get your black and we will do that together. Alright, so looking at our hat like this, we're going to flip it around and we're going to look at the back of our hat where we fastened off on this part where a seam is, and we're going to attach our black yarn on this last stitch here, and we're going to crochet over the straggler so that it gets hidden. Okay, so remember how I showed you before how to attach the yarn? We're just going to fold this, loop it around our crochet hook, and attach it. Ooh, that's not how you do it. Do it again. So loop it over your hook and pull it through just like that. Okay, now we're ready. So now chain up 1 to attach it completely. I mean, you could start with a slip knot and then attach it. It's really up to you. But now we're going to just single crochet in each stitch around. So insert your hook in the same stitch that we just chained up 1 in. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's our first single crochet. And you can see that I'm working over both stragglers, the white and the black. And we are just outlining this in single crochets, just single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Once I get up to the front and up the sides of those rows that we did, I'll show you how to get around that area. So let me get up there, up to the front of our hat, and then I'll meet you back up when I'm there. Once you get up to this point here, you see where we did our row 20 of this. There's a double crochet in this stitch. We are going to single crochet in that stitch also. Okay, so then we can go up the side, and basically wherever your hook fits is where you're going to put your single crochets on these rows. So really does not matter where exactly you're putting your single crochets. This is basically going to be underneath your chin anyway. But just where your hook fits, just make a single crochet up those sides, then put just one single crochet in this corner here and one single crochet across this row here, and you can see also I am crocheting over this straggler, so that gets hidden as well where we fastened off on the chin. Okay, and just put one single crochet at the end of this corner and then just go up the side, the other side of the chin. Like I said, just wherever your hook fits is where you should go. And then there's a double crochet in this stitch right here, so we're going to put our single crochet in there, and then we're back on this row here. So we're just going to put our single crochets into each stitch, just like this. And let me just go a little bit faster so I can show you how to fasten off at this point. Okay, so we're at the end here. We're just going to slip stitch to the beginning single crochet of this round by inserting our hook, yarning over, pulling through and through. And then to fasten off, I like to chain up one, cut my yarn, and pull that all the way through and pull tight. And then I will sew that in a little bit. But now we can single crochet around our eye here. So let me get my yarn. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to go in from the inside of the hat, like this, and we're going to go in to any stitch really on the side here. Maybe I'll go right here. And then loop that around and pull that through, and you can even pull this through the eye hole. And then chain one, and then single crochet into each stitch. And just remember, with these chain stitches that we worked in, you can work in those back ridges of those chains. And I'm working over my straggler as well, so that's sewn in, so I don't have to come back later and do that. And then up this side, basically wherever your hook fits is where you should single crochet. You basically just have to put two. Okay, and now single crochet along this row. Okay, and then I gotta get more yarn here on this side, just like that. And now just slip stitch to the beginning single crochet and fasten off by chaining one and pulling that all the way through and pulling that tight. And you can pull the excess through, and there you have it, your first eye. We'll sew that end in, and then just repeat the same thing for this eye, and then I'll meet you up and we will start accessorizing our skull. Alright, so this is what our hat looks like right now. It kind of looks like a panda bear, but it's supposed to look like a skull. So now, at this point, you can try it on and see where the top of your forehead is and the bottom of your chin is. So now we can accessorize. And this is going to keep curling under, but we will need to be working with this part in a little bit. But to start out, we can make around the eyes, there are fancy designed circles that are, any color really you want. I have hot pink for mine. So what we need to do is grab our hot pink. You can do it, in turquoise, in bright orange, or in spring green, whatever color you want to do it in. But I'm going to do it in hot pink. So I'm going to set this aside, and with hot pink, we are going to make a slip knot. So put your short end over the long end, fold that down, and pull that through, and pull tight. and we're going to chain 25. So yarn over and pull through, and you want these chains to be a little loose. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just keep chaining until you have 25 chains, and then I'll meet you up when we go on to making our round. Alright, at this point your chain should look something like this. And now, without twisting it, we want to bring the first chain around to our hook to make a circle. So then we're going to insert our hook into that first chain, and we're going to bring our yarn up like this, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. So now we just made a circle, and that is going to be around our eye. And if you want to bring it here, you want to make sure that it is big enough. Yep, that's definitely going to fit around the black part of our eye. Okay, so now we want to chain up 3. So yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, and 3. And in the third chain from the hook, we are going to slip stitch. So the loop that's on your hook never counts as anything. So count 1, 2, 3, and go into that chain, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Just like that. Now we are going to skip this next chain and go directly into this next chain. And what I like to do is turn this toward me and work in the back ridges. But you can definitely work on that top loop. That's totally fine, because this is going to be sewn to our hat and nobody's going to even notice. But we're going to go into that chain. So we skipped a chain and we're going to go into the next chain. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through for another slip stitch. Just like that. Then chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. And just repeat what we did in the beginning. Slip stitch to the third chain from the beginning, or from your hook, sorry. Yarn over, pull through and through for a slip stitch. Skip a chain, go into the next chain for a slip stitch. So yarn over, pull through and through. Chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into the third chain from the hook. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Skip a chain, and go into the next chain for a slip stitch. Chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch in the third chain from the hook. Yarn over, pull through, and through. Skip a chain, go into the next chain for a slip stitch. So basically just repeat that all the way around, and then I'll meet you up when we are ready to fasten off and sew this to our hat. Alright, once you've come back around, we just want to slip stitch to the beginning here. We can slip stitch to the first chain, or you can slip stitch to the very next chain. It's totally up to you. So just insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Then to fasten off, I like to chain 1, and then we're going to cut our yarn very long because we are going to use it for sewing. Oh, that was very long. That was too long. Let me cut that a little shorter. Okay, and then we need you'll need to make one more of these. So rewind this and make one more of these. And then we are going to sew it to our hat like this and like this. And you want it to be right up against the black. Okay, so right on the black like this. So you don't want any spaces or anything like seeing any white. We just want to be right up against there. So I'm going to sew this on. I'll start showing you actually how to do that. So position it where you want it, just like that. Yarn your needle. Okay. Put one hand inside so you don't sew this piece closed, and just go back and forth all the way around this piece. Okay, and you want to go right up against the black, so you could go in the stitches from the black, where the black is at, and then go into the chain. just like that. So just continue working that all the way around, and I'm going to do both eyes, and then once I'm finished with both eyes, we can do the nose. Alright, after sewing these on, this is what it looks like now. You can try it on, see if it looks cool. I'm sure it does. Now we can work on the nose. So you have two options for a nose. You can either cut out felt, black felt, and just cut out a heart and then turn it upside down and sew that on, or glue it on, whichever you feel most comfortable doing. Or you can crochet a nose that looks like this. So I will show you how to crochet the nose, and then you can it's just a heart, and then you turn it upside down, and then you sew it on, just like that. So I'll show you how to do that. I am going to use the felt nose, just because I personally like the felt nose, but I will show you how to crochet a nose, a heart, so you can use that if you prefer to crochet one. So get your black yarn, because the nose has to be in black. Make your slip knot. I'm sure you know how to make a slip knot now. Excuse me. And we are going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through 1 and 2. Oh, you know what? We have to make them loose. 1 loose chain. So 1 and 2. And now in the second chain from the hook, we are going to put 12 single crochets in there. So the loop that's on your hook doesn't count, so count 1 and 2. Right in here, we're going to put 12 single crochets in there. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's our first single crochet. So put 11 more in that same chain space. That's why I said to chain a little looser, because there's going to be 12 of these in there. If you know how to do the magic ring, go right ahead. You can do the magic ring and do 12 single crochets into the magic ring, and you'll be fine. So I'll just meet you up when I have my 12 single crochets. Okay, so I have my 12 single crochets in there. Now you can pull your straggler tight so that that circle in the middle will close, and you can also sew it in. I'll do that later. To close that circle for sure, but if you do the magic circle, that will be closed. So now count back 12, and then insert your hook in the first single crochet of this round, and yarn over, pull through and through for a slip stitch. Okay, now this is our forming of the heart. Let me get my pattern here real quick. Okay, so forming the heart shape, we need to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through 1 and 2, and we're going to put a half double crochet into that same stitch that we just chained up 2 in. So yarn over, go into that chain, or I'm sorry, into that stitch that we just chained up 2 in. Go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3 of those loops. That is a half double crochet. Okay, then in the next stitch we are going to put 2 double crochet. So yarn over, go into this next stitch here. We're going to put 2 double crochet. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And once again, yarn over, go into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now in the next stitch we're going to put 2 half double crochets. So yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That's a half double crochet. And do it one more time in that same stitch. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now we are going to put 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So just put 1 regular single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we are going to, in the next stitch, we're going to put a single crochet and a half double crochet. So insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, Now yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Now in the next stitch we're going to put a half double crochet and then a single crochet, both in the same stitch. So go into yarn over, go into the next stitch right here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, then go back into that same stitch, don't yarn over, just go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through both loops that are on your hook. Okay? Now we just have to basically mirror the other side. So put 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 in that stitch and 1 in the next stitch. And now in this next stitch we are going to put 2 half double crochets. So yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and again in the same stitch, yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now in the next stitch we are going to put 2 double crochets. So yarn over, go into this stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. And again, yarn over, go into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we're in the last stitch here. We're going to put 1 half double crochet, so yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then we're going to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and we're going to slip stitch into that same stitch that we just made our half double crochet in. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull tight, fasten off, so yarn over, pull through to chain 1, fasten off with a long tail for sewing, and pull that all the way through, and pull that tight. And there you have it. A beautiful heart. Okay, now we're going to, you can sew in this end and close up that circle, and then just turn it upside down and sew it to your hat right here, right between the eyes, but a little bit below right here. And make sure when you are sewing that this heart shape looks like a upside down heart. Okay, so you can shape your crochet a little bit more. But I personally am not going to be using the crocheted style of the nose, but you totally can. So just sew it to your hat where you'd like right there. But I am going to use the felt piece that I cut. So how to do that? You just take a piece of felt, fold it in half. You can trace this, that's totally fine. But basically you just go from, you fold it in half and you make a kind of a half circle style and then make a heart. Like a half of a heart, basically. And then unfold that, and there's your heart. And then you can shape it, however you need to, or make it smaller. But I made this one earlier out of felt, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to sew that onto my hat using a smaller needle and some yarn, and I'm just going to do basic stitches around it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll meet you up and we can make the mouth. Alright, so this is what my nose looks like on this skull. I just sewed on that little piece of felt using yarn, and now we are going to make the mouth. So get your black yarn and your yarn needle, and yarn your needle, and now wherever your nose is, skip 1 row, and that between this row and this row is where your mouth is going to be. And basically we're just going to go across, and then we're going to make our lines. Okay, so start from the very edge right by the eye. Okay, right here, and pull out a ton of yarn here, and we're just going to go in and out of these stitches. Okay, and then we're going to come back after we get all the way across. So in and out. And you want to get to the other side that's equal with this side, so right to the edge of where the eye ends. Okay. So right about here. Okay, and now we're going to go back, and I'd like to turn this upside down, and we're going to go into the yarn, okay? Into the yarn, not into the stitch, into the yarn and then out through the yarn, just like that, so that there is no like opening, no gaps, nothing. So we're going into the yarn and then out through the yarn. So coming back is going to be a little bit more challenging because you have to get it through the yarn so that it is one straight line. But once you get the hang of it, it should go a little bit faster. In through the yarn, out through the yarn, in through the yarn, and out through the yarn. Okay, so just do that all the way across, and then I'll show you how to make your teeth, or the stitches, I guess, across the mouth. Alright, so I'm on the last part here. Now you don't have to go all the way to the very end, so we're just going to go in here and go from the inside and pull that. Okay, and now we're ready to make our teeth, so we're going to go back to the other side. Let's not tangle our yarn here. Okay, so to go back to the other side, we're going to be making our teeth, and we're just going to basically loop around. So, and you want to go in to the bottom, or this part of the stitch, so I guess the bottom part of the stitch, and then to the top, or the bottom part of the stitch, I guess. And then you can go just looping around, or actually not to, you want to do every other stitch, I'm sorry. So skip this stitch and go into this stitch. And go up straight ahead to this stitch, skip a stitch, go to this next stitch. Skip a stitch, next stitch. So we're just basically whip stitching all the way around loosely so that we have the effect that there are stitches across this mouth. Okay, so just do that all the way across, and then I'll show you the next step. We are going to accessorize. So I'm going to fasten off and just sew in our end, and then we are going to accessorize this sugar skull to make it look a little bit more fancy. Alright, so this is what our mouth looks like now, and you can try on your hat and see if it works out. That's perfect. Now we can accessorize. So we have little things coming up here like this. We have little things coming out here like this. We have jewels, and we have a flower. So we have, it's very busy, very, very colorful. So we are using turquoise and spring green for the side pieces, and I'll show you how to make these, but we're going to sew these on, and this piece is going to go here, and this piece is going to go here, and then we have turquoise pieces that are going to go like this. And you want to make sure that you have for sure these three pieces here in the middle, just like this, because that is exactly what the sugar skull looks like. So, and then we're going to have, actually, I think it should go like this. and like this. Okay, so I'll show you how to make these pieces. You can make as many as you want and get creative with them. You know, you can make even 5 up here, like this. Like put turquoise, green, turquoise, green, turquoise. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to do it like this. But I'll show you how to make these. You can make as many as you want, incorporate them however, wherever you want on the sugar skull. So let's get a color, whichever color you'd like. Alright, so to make those, we have to chain 7. Let me get my pattern out here. There. Chain 7, so yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And if you want to make them longer or bigger, just make sure to chain more. But in the second chain from the hook, we are going to slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. That's a slip stitch. Just do it loosely. Then in the next chain, we are going to single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. In the next 2 stitches, or in the next 2 chains, we are going to half double crochet in each of those. So yarn over, go into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, then yarn over, go into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And then we are going to double crochet in the last 2 stitches, so yarn over, go into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And next chain, we are going to yarn over, go into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now at this point we are going to insert our hook into that last chain where we just put our double crochet in there. We're going to insert our hook in there, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, so we're like fastening off. To fasten off, I usually like to chain up 1, cut this with a long tail, and pull that all the way through for sewing, and there you have it. And then when you sew this in, this part here kind of rounds out, and then this part is pointy. Okay, so it's like a teardrop kind of look, like this, but we're actually working them like this. So just make as many of these as you want with whatever colors you want, and sew them onto your hat, kind of like how I showed you earlier. So I am going to do that, and then I will meet you up to do the other accessories. Alright, so I just sewed on these 5 pieces here, 2 green ones on the end, and then these 3 turquoise ones in the middle. And now we have to crochet a flower to go here. You don't have to add the flower if you don't want, that's totally optional. But I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. So get your hot pink yarn and make a slip knot. And now we are going to chain 2. So yarn over and pull through 1 and 2, and in the second chain from the hook we are going to put 10 single crochets. So the loop that's on your hook never counts as anything, so count 1 and 2. Insert your hook into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's our first single crochet. So make 9 more in that same chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then if you need to count back, you can, or just slip stitch to the first single crochet of that round by inserting your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. And then if you know how to make the magic circle, you can do that so that this closes up, but that's totally up to you. Now going on to the next round, we need to chain 1. And in this first stitch that we just slip stitched to and chained up 1 in, we are going to put 4 double crochets in there. So yarn over, and you don't have to chain any more but that 1, okay, because that's the end of the petal. We're going to make up the first petal in here. So put 4 double crochets in here. And by now I'm sure you know how to do a double crochet because we've been doing them throughout this whole project. So put 4 double crochets in this first stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4, all in that same stitch. And then in this next stitch here, we are going to slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, so that's our first petal. Now going into this next stitch here, we are going to put our 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the next stitch, we are going to slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, that's our second petal. Going on to the next the next stitch here, we are going to put our 4 double crochets. So basically just put 4 double crochets in this stitch and then slip stitch in the next stitch and then 4 double crochets in the next stitch all the way around until you have a total of 5 petals, and then I'll meet you up when we fasten off. Okay, so I slip stitched in the last stitch here, and now to fasten off I just chain up 1, cut the yarn kind of long and pull that all the way through and pull tight. And you can pull that tight, just like that. Okay, so now you can put it on your hat anywhere you'd like, on this side, right at the top. It's totally up to you where you want to put it. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to make an orange middle to put on top of that. Basically just repeat round 1 of the flower. So I'm going to do that real quick. You can watch me. I'm just going to do it semi-fast, and it's going to be an orange here. So chain 2 and put 10 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, then slip stitch to the beginning single crochet of that round and then fasten off. That simple. Pull through and pull tight, and then I'm going to put it right on top of the flower. I'm going to sew that to the flower, and then I'm going to sew the flower to my hat, and then we will be all done and we will add our gems. Alright, this is what our hat looks like. I just sewed on this flower here. Now, it's fun with gemstones. So I found these gems, these adhesives, at a craft store. They were like 99 cents. They were so cheap on sale. So you can find them at any craft store. I got these specifically at Michael's stores, so you can check out your Michael's. Otherwise, go to any craft store and you can get these. So, you can use any, they have a bunch of different colors, but I like these. I think these will match really well. And you can just have fun with it. I mean, these are adhesive, so they just stick right on there. If you want to reinforce it, though, you can use glue. I would prefer like a tacky glue or a fabric glue. You can do that, but I am just going to put a bunch of these. See here, what do I want? I can't decide, these are so cute. So I'm just going to put these gems on, and then I will meet you up when we're all finished. Alright, so there I have it. I just put all my gems, these adhesive gems, on here, and I think that looks really good. So thank you so much for watching and putting up with the fact that this was an experiment and it was kind of just an original pattern. I will be writing the pattern for this adult size, and I'll try to put the smaller sizes on there as well on my website. Check the links in the description of this video. I'll have my website, the blog, you know, all the links to where you can find the pattern, as well as my Facebook. If you make this, oh my gosh, I definitely want to see your work, because I want to see how creative you get and with your gems and with your colors and everything. I would love to see if somebody makes this. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Otherwise, check out the Facebook. I'll put new videos on there, all my blogs on there. Subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I try to put 1 or 2 videos out every week, so make sure you check back and subscribe here. And check out my Instagram and Snapchat. If you have Snapchat, snap me some pictures. I'd love to see all your crochet work. It's so fun and fantastic. I want to thank our videographer and editor of this video, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time out to make this with us. Let's enjoy making your sugar skull. Happy hooking!